Hello, World of Tanks viewers. This is critical tanking. I'm in my IS-7, so let's do this. Alright, so we're here on, I can't remember any of the names of the maps. Siegfriedline. I mean, I feel like most people can't remember the names of the maps, but oh well. I have a really bad memory, but especially with the maps in this game, I just can't remember them. Siegfriedline. Alright, so let's get started. So, this map, there's not a whole lot of stuff you can do in the field, so I tend to go in the city more. And you'll see me do that. You know, I feel like the 1 through 5 line is just, you can't really do anything, it's just too open. There's too much tight sniping going on. Plus, I don't play lights, and I don't play a whole lot of bush mechanic kind of playstyle. I don't really do TDs and camping and stuff, so I never go field. I always go city, and I think that's a really powerful spot. This is a bad habit of mine. I'm just sitting here. I'm like waiting for RD. You know, it's really disheartening to a team when their only unicum is AFK. He's just sitting there, you know. Like, I would be disheartened if I saw some top tier heavy just sitting there doing nothing, especially if it was unicum. But then again, there's a lot of bad unicums, and I could be one of them, right? So, anyways, so I'm just driving to town. I like to abuse these pillars right here, because, like, sometimes the enemy, like, doesn't realize you're there, and you can put a shot into them. Oh, there's an enemy there. Alright, let's zoom in. That's a T-32. So I see the T-32 and I'm thinking, okay. He really can't really damage me. Not unless he gets a side shot into my tracks. So I just put one into him. And the T-32's gun is actually pretty weak, in my opinion. 200 pen, less than 200 pen. It's like a tier 7 gun on a... It is a tier 7 gun on a tier 8 tank, so it's not very competitive when you're playing against tier 10s. So anyways, I'm just sitting here trying to get some shots on some guys. The first part of this, I feel like the first few minutes of this game are pretty boring. Just because you can't really push out into this stuff because you'll just get killed, you know. So you just have to like stay back here, and just kind of get shots when you can. You don't really want to overcommit towards the beginning, because you can get surrounded. And this is something I do because of my stats. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a great player because of my stats. I'm not trying to make that claim. I'm just saying because I have good stats, if I do get too aggressive and get myself alone, like maybe go like over here by the church or whatever, that I'll be yelled, and it happens a lot where I'll get yelled. So with someone with good stats, you can't afford to be too aggressive by yourself because you just get yelled by people left and right. So I tend to stay with people if I can. And I always try to be aggressive whenever possible. So anyways, I put a shot into the 215B. I'm just shooting through this crack. That's all I'm doing. It's nothing. There's nothing genius behind it. It's just me shooting through some pillars. And I really like these pillars because people don't expect you to be there. Sometimes they do, but most of the time, more often than not, they don't expect you to do it. So you can get some really cheeky shots, and you know, cheeky shots is what makes good stats. So if you can be really cheeky and figure out cheeky ways on the map to get some good damage in, then always do it. Alright, so I see this E100. I put one in its lower plate. That was really risky, you know, just pulling out there, but you know, the E100 just fired, and the E100 just fired, and I was getting really bored and I just want to be a little aggressive. And again, I got super lucky that I'm not penned there. And there's someone shooting the T-57. I think it's a Ferdinand or something out in the field, or a T-20 prod. It's one of those two. He's just try sniping the T-57. So now I'm gonna get up behind this guy. I think it's. Oh, I don't. It's been a while since I watched this replay. Haven't seen this replay in a while. Right there, a waffle just fired at me, and I was getting super nervous. I was like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" Sorry for cussing. I was like really nervous because a waffle just tracked me, and they can just perma-track you and kill you. So that shit always scares me when a bad chat already tracks you and you don't have a repair kit, or a waffle tracks you and you don't have a repair kit, or any kind of autoloader. That I always get super scared that my game's just gonna end like that, you know. Waffle fucked up. He should have emptied 2 more shells into me once he tracked me. You know, if you track someone and they disappear off your screen, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take 2 shots. And right now I'm just putting shots into this T-20 prod Ferdy over there. Yeah, they're just camping it out back there, so I'm just putting shots into him. So the scores are pretty even right now. You know, our tanks to their tanks are still pretty even. They got 2 already, we got 2 already, you know, we got light, they got light. We do have more tier 10s, but, you know, that's not a guaranteed win just because you have one more tier 10. Still could go either way. So right now I'm just trying to stay alive. I know that Artie's probably focused on us in the field. Or us here, I'm sorry. Because all these guys are not spotted. Well, maybe the Artie is, but see, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I was kind of pulling back. I was kind of scared that the Artie was going to shoot me there. Thing is, if you look on the map and you notice that you're probably the only one spotted, or maybe this guy's spotted, but if you're the only one spotted, and we're being spotted by the Oho, then odds are you're going to get shot at. Prokhorovka is another example of Prokhorovka, and this is something different, but I just wanted to highlight this. Prokhorovka is one of those maps where if you go hill, you're pretty much the only one spotted because everyone else is camping. So if you go hill, you're engaging other tanks at close range, blah blah blah, and you're going to be the only one spotted. And if there's 3 already, that means that all 3 already are probably going to be focused on you because you're going to be constantly spotted. And like, you know, usually heavies go on hill, or, you know, heavy mediums. So it's always good to be aware of Artie and to, you know, be aware of what parts of the maps will, you know, Artie be focusing their attention. So if you can, you know, especially if you're like a very slow heavy, you should always try to stay close to, you know, the city and whatnot, and keep yourself behind buildings, protect yourself, and also be aware of the fact that certain parts of the also be aware of the fact that when you're spotted, you should get to cover. Okay, so I'm just shooting this guy. Keeps poking up. I'll show you where he's poking up. He's like poking up behind there. He's like 50 meters. He's probably like 60 meters away from me. And he keeps poking up, and I'm spitting shots into him. Our waffle trigger is doing the wrong thing. You see, Artie's focused there, and Artie just shot there. Like, I wouldn't have poked out there ever because of Artie. Like, you're just gonna get shit on, so don't do it. And look at this, he's bouncing. Luckily, he's bouncing shots. And the E4 just missed, so Waffle's really lucky at this point. Or he was lucky. And just shot the Ferdy. He was over there on this line. I just put a shell into him. the rest of this game is pretty much me not